Maybe I'm selling my age here, but it used to be common for people to swear, "For the love of money."
You are listening to Wealth Talks with the McPhees. Martin Luther King is quoted saying, "We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles rather than by the quality of our service and relationship to mankind." There's a lot of depth in that quote.
There sure is. You know, we've always said here at Life Benefits and on this podcast that wealth, true wealth, is what's left after all your money's gone. What kind of relationships, what kind of a rapport, what kind of quality have you developed? What value have you left behind? Because money is just money. You can always make more of it, but sometimes the things that money can't buy are overlooked in the pursuit of getting more money.
And Zig Ziglar talked about that. There's a quote that I don't remember the full quote, but it goes something like, "Money ranks reasonably close to oxygen in its importance."
It does.
It'll buy you a house, but it won't buy you a home, though. And money can buy you a companion, but it won't buy you a friend. So there's certain things that only money can do, and there's certain things that that money cannot do as well.
And the pursuit of money still drives people wild and crazy when the problem there is that the love of money becomes a very, very dangerous evil. And if we focus on the things that are most important, then all the other things will be added to us. That's the promise that was given to us by our Lord. It was what was promised to King Solomon years ago. He said that money makes itself wings like an eagle and flies toward heavens, vanishing in a wink of an eye. Without money, you'll find out who your true friends are.
Yeah.
With money, you'll have so many friends you don't know what to do with them.
Good point. So that brings up, at the very beginning of the show today, you said people used to say, "For the love of money," kind of in a way of a swearing almost. But how did they use that term? That was before my time.
Well, it was just out of frustration. If you smashed your finger or something, "For the love of money," why did I do that? It's like, because of that connotation that the love of money is the root of all evil, it became kind of a swear word. But it's the love of money, not the money itself, that is the evil. And so we need to be careful when we talk a lot about money on this show, because money is an extension of yourself and a way to continue to produce value when your time doesn't permit, or when you're sleeping, or even after you're gone. But when our goal is just the pursuit of money at whatever cost, we overlook the fact that no matter how much money we can accumulate or control, we have not developed real wealth until the money that we control and accumulate has come from the value and the service that we have provided others.
That's a good point. And one of the points that you made here in a recent blog message is that more money is not the answer to your life problems. And why is that? Because for somebody who's starving, obviously more money could buy them food. And there's certain things that money would help alleviate. But why is more money not the answer to most life problems?
Well, I think the Eagles, they sing a song about this, as that you're living in the fast lane trying to get everything and making wheels and deals, and it'll make you lose your mind. Because when you have your sole focus on that, instead of on how can I help you, or how can I help my neighbor or my brother or my sister, then what's happening is your focus has shifted from value to the love of money. So instead of realizing that money is not the solution, it's only the result of the services that we do to other people. I think we need to be really careful to make that delineation. Otherwise, no matter how much money you have, like you said earlier, it can't buy you love. Money can't buy us love. It can't buy us a relationship. It can't buy, all those are just a facade if money is the prerequisite for that.
Yeah. And it can be an important ingredient in living a full and complete life, but it shouldn't be. You should be able to live a full and complete life without as much money, and then more money will just make it better.
Charles Wesley, the great Methodist revivalist, said, we need to make all the money we can, save all the money we can, and give all the money we can. And Benjamin Franklin, on the other hand, said he would never prostitute himself to take a more comfortable existence just for money. And we have to set up what it is that we value, what it is that that we're never going to compromise. And then we need to begin focusing on the things that really do matter in life. Our time, our relationships, living at peace with other people, our health, having mutual respect for everyone that we come to, and taking time just to laugh.
Yeah, that's important.
Now,
what about we can want to live at peace with other people, but sometimes it's beyond our ability to do that. If there's other factors that come into play, you can have somebody that's angry or upset at you without you having done anything to deserve that. So is that peace at all costs, or is this more of a peace as far as it depends on you type of thing?
Well, the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ, had people that hated him. So that didn't mean that he went out and stuck a finger in their eye just to get them more irritated. But they were so irritated at him, they killed him. And so we're always going to have people that don't love us, that actually hate us. And interestingly enough, the more money that you become efficient at managing, the more you are going to be hated. Because jealousy is a really bad vice that is used by a lot of people that believe that if you have, it belongs to them, or that you got it illicitly or at their expense. So that's even one more reason why we should be very, very careful in that the way that we accumulate and control the money that we have is done in a very honest, ethical, above-the-board manner.
Yeah, that's good. So, one of the verses in the Bible says that if we seek the Lord's kingdom first, put those things first, then the other things of life, which includes money, will be added to us. And why is it that this verse seems to get a lot of lip service in society today, but it doesn't seem that many people manage their money this way when it actually comes down to the brass tacks?
They don't. The group ABBA sang way back in 1976 a song about money, and money, 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 always sunny in a rich man's world. People that don't have affluence often think that all the world's problems disappear just because you have money. And that's not true. It seems like the more affluence you have, the more problems that you have to deal with, because that's just the way that nature works. It's and so it's important that money doesn't become our focus, like we've said several times already in this podcast and before. Money is not the focus. It's what can we do for other people? What can I do for other people that they are willing to exchange their time, which they exchanged for money, so that they get what I have that's valuable for them, more valuable than the time they exchanged for money. And when that happens, the world grows because, there's not just this little piece of pie for everybody. The more that we are creative, the more value that we bring to the world. And that, ironically enough, is called the law of scarcity in economics. What is scarce today, we can multiply through our creativity, being we're made in the image of God, and we can create value. We can create new things that are make people's lives better and easier.
Yeah. What you're talking about there is making other people's lives better. It reminds me of a story that Ben and Jesse, my brothers. They were just working with a customer recently in their welding business, and they were talking. The fact came up that they had not attended college, and yet they're very well educated, and they are providing service to people in a way that they really enjoy. And so, as they were working with this person, he was excited about the fact that they hadn't been to college. He was saying, I tell my son, you don't have to go to college. You just got to find something that you can charge people for. It's the emphasis is on something completely different here. Ben and Jesse are looking for ways to help people and serve them, have a great time doing it, and they're finding wonderful ways to provide value. They have, even though they haven't attended college, they have valued their education and have taken that seriously, and they have a very great education, despite never having attended formal college education. So what's the difference between someone who says, you got to find something you can charge people for, and somebody who's really looking to create value in other people's lives? What, maybe in practice they would do the same types of things, but what does it come down to, on a thoughtful level? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
I think that what you're hinting at is that there is a lot of unhappiness and disturbed souls in the world today. People are looking for things that are material that for their happiness, and they don't realize that those types of happiness are very temporary. Materialism never made anyone happy, nor can it. There's nothing in the nature of material things that can produce eternal happiness. The more you have, the more people want. That is just an inborn desire in humans. And so when we shift our focus not to what we can charge someone for, not that we shouldn't be profit-oriented, because all businesses are, because we all have to take care of our needs, but our profit-orientedness should be, what is there that I can do to make someone else's life better, that they're willing to exchange their material possessions, money, so that they can have that in their life, so that it makes them more happy, more satisfied, more content.
Totally. And the word I was looking for is intent. What is the intent in providing the types of services that they are providing to people to make their lives better? What is your intent? And what you just mentioned about the profitability, that's a great question. It's just a bad first question.
That's
when you're
right.
looking to create value for people.
Well, we're quoting a lot of songwriters, the Eagles and ABBA. Well, might as well quote Neil Diamond while we're at it, because his famous song "Money Talks," but it cannot sing or dance, and it can't walk. It's just a thing. And yes, it can work for us if we learn how to control it and manage it right, and it can make our life a lot simpler and a lot more enjoyable. But if it becomes our focus, if it becomes our intent just to have it, we can list off numerous people that are miserable, that are very, very rich in money and material possessions. We have to remember, ultimately, that it's the Lord who adds wealth to your life, and he adds no sorrow with it. So as you are accumulating more and more wealth and material possessions, if you find that you are having more sorrow than joy, then it's time to back up and say, how is this happening? Because the wealth that the Lord adds to your life will never bring sorrow with it. Yes, you will have maybe more challenges with people, like we talked about earlier. More people will have a dislike for you, maybe even an intense jealousy or hate. But that's not dependent. That's not what makes your happiness. Your happiness doesn't hinge on what other people are feeling. Your happiness depends on how you got where you're at, and what you know deep down, that everything that you have been able to accumulate, the money that you're able to manage, you've done it honestly, with integrity, and you have enriched the lives of many more people than what it's done for you.
That's right. Intent is important, and looking out on ways to create value for other people. Those are some great takeaways for today. Be sure to check out the book, How to Build Sustainable Wealth. We'll include the link here in the podcast resources. This book contains some wonderful tips and thoughts that you can think about along these lines as you're working to build sustainable wealth, so you're not just accumulating a pile of money.
So one last word for this podcast. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. It's not worth it. Be smart and confine yourself to spending and expanding upon the genuine fortunes of life, knowing everything else will be added to you, just like in King Solomon's life.
That's right. A great takeaway for today's show. You're listening to Wealth Talks with the McPhees. We'll be back next week.